Well, hello, and welcome to Gallifrey's Most Wanted. I'm Ross Aiken. I'm old who.
My name is Melvin Pena, and I represent Yoo-Hoo.
Yoo-hoo! Well, not Yoo-hoo. Yoo-hoo.
How do
I'm
we
Dan.
explain yoo-hoo? How do we explain yoo-hoo?
Well,
It's
wait, Dan
chocolate
has to
water.
Dan has to introduce himself now.
Ah, I'm just nobody. I'm just a fucking idiot from England who they made come on.
All right, guys. Everybody, hey, we're back to talk. Dan and Melvin and I are back
Hello.
again to talk about the next Ninth Doctor and Rose audio number 4.3, Dare.
Dare
Dare
you.
you.
Dare you.
Dare
Dare you.
you.
Dare
Dare
you.
you. It
Yeah.
is Dare You on the cover.
Yeah.
Um, these have been fun. I'm gonna go last because I just listened to it 3 times last night and then this morning, early morning.
Mhm.
But
Ooh,
okay.
let's have Dan go first.
Yeah,
Dan
no,
never
as I
goes
said,
first.
Dan,
Are you
what
daring
was
me?
your take on this? Your
Dare
first
you.
one.
It, I basically currently got like a massive sugar hangover because it's the day after Boxing Day, and I'm out of my mind on all this crap I've eaten. So,
Mhm, mhm.
so if I start bawling my eyes out, it's because of the sugar. Um, but this is the third of the not. This is like the final part of the not box set of the Doctor Rose and Jackie on the Powell Estate thing, and yeah, it's entertaining. It's the third of the three things. They're all very good.
Mhm.
It's fun. It's another episode of Doctor Who where we use some sci-fi bits to explore some characters. And I mean, of course, I fucking love it. It's Doctor Who, and I'm swearing again. Sorry.
It's okay.
Yeah, it's
I
great. I
don't cut
enjoyed it.
out profanity.
I enjoyed it, and you should enjoy it too because it's the dream team from 2005 doing their stuff. We've got more new one-off characters from the Powder State because, of course, we have.
Mhm.
And yeah, it's fine. It's probably not the best of the three, but it's not the worst of the three. I like it. I like all of them. I think the
Yeah,
first one's the best one because it was the excitement of them coming back again.
Mhm.
But I have no complaints about this because it's very good.
yeah,
Yeah, I have to agree across the board with just about everything Dan said.
Good.
Especially again, there's something a little bit pedestrian about it. Like the characters from the
Mm.
Palace State are a little bit sort of like,
They're just like here's some more of these characters. But
yeah,
more
I
of the
think
Council Estate archetypes or
they
yeah,
whatever.
really they really
yeah.
fit sort of what Mark McManus, he's been trying to sell this phrase for a long time. Uh,
Is it a
complete
pun?
yes, it's a horrible pun, and he's been trying to sell it completely unsuccessfully for at least 2 years
Mm.
now. But I feel like it really works here, which
Go
is
on.
the idea of a geek chorus,
Oh
which of course,
God, Mark McManus,
yeah, that's one of his worst puns.
get
But
in
this
your bed and stay there.
Good God. Hey, it's not right. It's a
but it
good,
actually works here. But it works here because these are
It
sort
does
of,
work here.
they do have names. The characters do have names, but they don't need them because
No.
they what they do is fill a role, like, which is like
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
that idea of, here are some people who are having this particular problem,
This is
but
the issue.
yeah, so
Yeah.
but the episode isn't about that. It's about Rose and Jackie, and it's about deepening their relationship. It's about the contrast between the sort of mundane, everyday, sort of petty bullshit that regular people deal with, and Kit Eccleston is like fighting a nameless evil from the dawn of time. Like
Again.
the sort of like, yeah, the sort of
Yeah.
comparison there is like is one of the things that we're meant to see. But also, as the end of for me, okay, here we go. One of the things that I used to love to do, y'all, and this
Mhm.
is like telling, is back in the day when I had an opium den in my house in graduate school. I would go down there and listen to Oasis and just like float on the seas of trees, as it were.
Oh, you poor thing, Oasis. You can't get away from Oasis.
I know you can't. It's really great. It's really great when you're on substances, though.
You have to be
Uh,
ready for Oasis, don't
yes,
you?
it's kind of incredible. But what I used to do is just sit there and like zone out and watch, like, I don't know, Gummy Bears or something like that, and listen to gangster rap. Whereas this time with this audio, listening to it last night for the last time, probably third or fourth time I'd listened to it, I'm like, what if I tried something similar? What if I sat here, listened to the audio, but put something? So I put on, like, I don't know, BBC or Doctor Who YouTube channel has like an hour and a half of the greatest hits of the Ninth Doctor. So I just put on Ninth Doctor images and just like had it on mute and listened to the story and just
Oh, that's nice.
watched Kid Eccleston and Billy Piper strut around on the screen. I'm like, this is it really, like, it doesn't have to be matched to the words. Like, it felt like I was, because this is one of the things about these 3 episodes, and this one I agree with Dan, is like, it's sort of the least remarkable of the stories of the 3 that we've gotten so far. Doesn't mean it's bad. it's perfectly good Doctor Who. And Kit Eccleston, you can tell that this is a guy who, as opposed to sort of like, say Sylvester McCoy, who you can tell is only just now reading the script
Oh,
when he is
100%.
recording it.
It drives
Yeah.
me mad. It's so like, yeah.
Well,
It just takes me out of the action completely when they do that.
which is the extraordinary thing about these Kit Eccleston audios, especially here with Billy Piper. I mean, he does this in all of them. I mean, even going back to, we all talk smack about Ravagers, but Kit Eccleston, but the thing is, like, you can tell he's read the script. He's practiced the
Yeah,
lines.
he's done
Like,
it.
he knows where he wants to
cares.
put emphasis on the words, and it makes you pay attention. Like, even for,
I have a feeling he is that my brother's was an actor locally up in DC, and he comes into rehearsal wrote.
Yeah.
He's memorized all his lines with no inflection. But you learn your lines wrote before you have day one rehearsal. There are directors that make you come in that way.
Yeah.
And then the stuff in the moment, you're not having to worry about it. The words are coming, and then you'll find your path. I have a feeling he's one of those guys, probably a quick study on a script.
Yeah.
Gets it. No, he's not going to have it 100% memorized in like a week, but he'll come in with, he's read it 7, 8, bunch of times to just make sure that it's in the back of his head. I really like this one because I think the second half of it felt very Big Finishy at the beginning of it. The goblin voice, it was the Hellion is pretty. I've heard it's Big Finish, creepy little monster voice 7. It just it really bugged me. But I thought, and they did have their geek chorus, but they developed through it. I mean, because they're kind of stuck in that room, so we get to know them a little bit.
Yeah.
And we also get to know about neighbors who, fucking, bad you just all the gossip and all that, and the dare. And I like what I like about modern Who is sometimes it's weird things that seem mystical but are really just advanced science, and that's kind of what the Hellion is a little bit. But I think what happens with the Doctor later when he says the incantation and his inhibitions are cut off, and Rose having described that to the Hellion, do you have any idea what you've done? And that I thought the back half was much better because there was more for Billy to do and more for Christopher Eccleston to do in their sections, that I bought into it. And that Jackie and Rose have the specific conversation that they never had on television, about you're a good mom, you're a good, you know what I mean?
And that's one of the,
they flesh that out a bit. Like, what fears do a mother and daughter have after dad's died? And it's and her specifically talking about, my job is to keep him from going off the deep end because he is traumatized. And she said they said these things out loud that were just inferred in 2005.
And that's one of the big things for me about these first 3 episodes. And if we want to think of them as a trilogy, again that what you're saying about the Jackie and Rose relationship, things unsaid, like in the 2005 series, which I still can't believe we're at the end of the year where it's like it's been 20 years since that series. That's insane to me.
And we haven't aged at all.
No, not even a day.
Mentally, anyway. Yeah.
But in the show, like, Jackie could be overlooked, and she could be a punching bag, and she could be a punchline or used in certain ways as an object of fun. Whereas I feel like in these 3 stories, each of them take her relationship with Rose very seriously, and explore the sort of background and the context of the way that I really love that about these. And again, because Eccleston's committed to the script, because you can tell Billy Piper again has read the script. Camille Kaduri, I feel like she gives the same level of energy to everything she does for Big Finish. Like, again, for me, sitting there watching, the Doctor Who YouTube channel airing Eccleston, it felt like I was these Big Finishes really do feel like I'm watching, listening to an off-air recording, like, of a TV episode. Like, they're just the way that they are executed is that good.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're spot on. They are literally, to me, they're just like missing episodes.
Hmm.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think they found
It's
that happy
extraordinary.
balance of what modern Who is, which is that um it's more it's action driven when it needs to be, but there's always something in the background that's really advancing the characters for the most part. It may not be the same character every episode, but I do feel that these really kind of fit um that 2005 or the early Russell T Davies era, like just the type of scripts he was looking for, where
Yep.
it's a mixus monster, and concepts that you don't really have to explain, like the Doctor going into the realm between realities and saying this incantation, excuse me, incantation, and how it's gonna, and how damaged he is, and that there's not a great reset button at this, that he's a little different at the end of this. He's not, you know what I mean? That
Yeah.
Rose is
Yeah.
like, I'm here for this, but he's like, yeah, but I can't undo what I did. I can't unsay what I said.
Yeah, and that's one of the, if there's a like a big theme sort of overarching working through this story, it is that idea of like, the they make the silly nursery rhyme at the start where, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. But it's one of the points of this story is, again, when you're bringing in the geek chorus, again, shout out to Mark McManus, all these regular people having their petty disputes, like that. They're, again, this is a very, as you were saying about the continuity or the consistency with the RTD television episodes. These are normal people. Like, that's one of the things, rewatching some of those Eccleston episodes this year, like in a way that you never see again in the new series.
No,
The
they
people
get really away from it.
like that, these are just regular people who are thrown into these bizarre situations, and like the regularness of them is something that, like, it pulls you into the story in a really like visceral way. And so that these, again, as far flung as it gets into like Kit Eccleston doing incantations in the void and bringing hell upon earth and nameless evils from the dawn of time, like that, this is that, again, that idea that at the end he has to go back into the void to recant, to unsay what you say is and that gets back to what you're saying, Ross, is that he comes back and he's like, I couldn't unsay it. Like, you can't unsay things when you say them. Like, there's always going to be a lingering, that lingering malice in the air, and once you say something, you cannot. And then that's the truth of it, is like, you can forgive and forget and move on, but like, do you ever really forget? Do you ever really forget?
Yeah.
I mean, you don't. It's hard to. And that, again, it's such a grounded thing for a Doctor Who story to be about.
Yeah. See, I thought the chorus got better by the end. That I liked some of the scenes with them and it getting worse, and them talking about why I shouldn't say it, because the things they say are things real people would say. It's not, it's nothing weird. It's not even soap opera. It's just, you have neighbors and you make judgments on them.
Yeah.
From just the tiny bit you see of them, and and the family thing, putting Nan's face in the cake and stuff like that. I've got several family members I would like to fucking put their face in something sometimes.
I would have loved to do that. Yeah. Frequently. Yeah. This is what I like. This made me realize as well that the RTD1 era, as they call it, was actually better written and more well-rounded in a human way than the RTD2 era. Like we were saying,
it's night and day.
It's very
that's
different.
kind of what
you don't get the real people, because the RTD1 era, for me, it felt very Russell T Davies. If we call it the Russell T Davies multiverse, all of like his other shows that he'd been doing, it's very that. It's very like
grounded in reality.
It's very like Queer as Folk is like annoying. Most of the people in it are not particularly nice a lot of the time, but they're real.
Yep.
You just replace the gay sex with time travel, and you get Doctor Who, basically, where they're very realistic and they react in human ways. Whereas I found in recent years, no one's really identifiably real.
It's much more heightened. Yeah, it's much more heightened. It's much more fantastical.
And it got bigger and bigger and bigger. It's like, I think it's the thing that I fuss about on these things when I'm talking about season finales, where it's like, stop.
Oh, let's not go there.
But it got bigger and bigger and bigger. And I agree. I think what made the first 2 seasons of the modern era was the realness of Ricky,
100%.
Mickey, and Rose and
Mickey and
Jackie.
Ricky.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mickey.
Two
But
of them, oh God.
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
but at least Mickey, and Rose isn't written as a very nice. She can be
Exactly. She's a baddie.
She's just a regular person. Yeah.
Regular
Again, like
girl.
having the YouTube video running in the background. Like if like Dan was saying, if I didn't know any better, I would think I had just like hit a soap opera. Like, because it just looks so like of the moment. Like
it really was, because it's
incredible.
That was the glorious thing they did with Doctor Who. They brought it back, and it fitted in perfectly with the TV the televisual landscape of the time, because it just fitted in, and that's what you had to do. Because obviously by 2005, Doctor Who was just this funny thing that every now and then there'd be a comedy sketch, and it would just be a man in a frock coat talking a load of sci-fi bollocks, and there'd be a rubber monster and some wobbly set. That's what it became in the cultural hive mind, if you like.
Imagination.
So bringing it back on a council estate, it's the perfect way to do it. And this is what I love about these big finishes, because they capture the tone of then perfectly. You're right back in it. And it makes you realize how Doctor Who has changed in 20 years as well.
It does. And again, it's one of the things that's, again, it's so extraordinary. And I hope I haven't been, even though I've said this is sort of a mid episode, I don't mean that it's mid in terms of its quality or in terms of execution or production. Like there's because I think Lisa McMullen, and she is just having an incredible last couple months here of the year, because she did
much stuff.
I mean, the Jodie one and this Kit Eccleston, the Jodie one, Lionesses in Winter, she just came out with, and then this Eccleston one. I just feel like between these two, like she gets that Doctor and their voice, and I don't just mean the Doctor like the way that they play on TV. It's like she not only gets the Doctor, she also gets the actor. And so
she's his favorite writer. He says
that. He says that in the interview.
Yeah, because she gets it. She's really brilliant.
Yeah,
but it's so incredible how she captures. Like again, it just feels like I'm watching a TV episode. It's incredible to listen 100%. To a Big Finish and be like, this is what the Big Finish, like, this is what it was supposed to have been.
Yeah,
like
totally.
Classic Doctors, new adventures. That used to be the little motto. But something that you could imagine on TV, and Big Finish, because of the audio drama-ness of it, it sometimes gets highlighted. But here, again, it just feels like someone like you said, Dan, it feels like this is a lost like these are lost episodes. Yeah. Like this is, like I cannot stress to people out there who may be on the fence about who haven't tried Kit Eccleston Big Finishes yet. Just jump in here. This series is like,
dare you?
Dare you?
Yeah. Dare. I can't do the voice. But dare you? To buy Big Finish, because it's very good.
Yeah,
it's like they're in the room with me. Oh my God!
It's like Bad Dandy Circus or something. It's kind of.
Gollum,
but I love Andy Circus. But I mean, it's just
with whatever. Yeah, with
it reminds me of the imps from the Better Watch Out Fairy Tale of Salzburg.
Oh God, yeah,
Eighth Doctor one.
I love that. They're really good.
It's good.
That one. Yeah.
But this really works for me, because again, I always say this every time. It's like there's always, again, this one, there's the running around, there's the funny monster thing, but there's also the issue, which we always have to have. Yep. But that's a good thing, not a bad thing.
Yep.
And from what I could gather on it, when I was basically just listening to it, because when you get the whole MacGuffin thing and the Doctor does his incantation because he's been dared to, and then goes on about, it will destroy all hope or joy. Sorry, let's stop that again. It will destroy all joy and hope unless stopped. And I'm going, we're doing depression.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In Doctor Who.
Yeah.
But again, it's not obvious. It's not obvious unless you look for it and you can notice it. And it works really well.
It does. But I think with us, I think if a new listener listened to this and was watching that first season at the same time, they'd find a commonality in the structure of the stories. But what they're allowed to do in this one is they're allowed to talk about the thing that was always in the background, that Rose is his therapist.
Yeah.
That first 2 incarnations after the war, when he's really got post-traumatic stress disorder. But they can say it in this, because in audio you talk through stuff, but it's not an info dump. I think I think Billie Piper does this thing, and it really struck me in this one more than the first two. Is her voice does not sound like it did 20 years ago. No
I don't
one's
know.
voice does,
I feel
but
like
she sounds spot on, like she's listening to herself 20 years ago and going, "Well,
Yeah.
I'm now in
She
my
gets the character,
I'm
right?
almost
Yeah.
50, and I got a scratchy throat." You know what I mean? Or she's not full Brenda Vaccaro. I'm gonna show my age. Who's a famous actress who sounded like this.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
I can imagine what you mean. Yeah.
No, yeah.
Yeah, but I know what you mean. She does. She's clearly
Melvin
done her
knows who
homework.
she is because she
I
would do
know.
commercials, and she
Yes.
Done her
sounded
homework.
like Rocky
Yeah.
Balboa.
Yeah.
But then she's been playing Rose for Big Finish anyway, and other things as well.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I think, I mean, and I listen to those, but I really think that I think he's a little, I think they're lifting each other up because it's them.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah,
finally
that makes
getting to
sense.
do it together.
Yeah, I don't have any doubt
And I
about
think
that either.
I feel the
think
extra effort.
I feel like the chemistry, and again, I feel like Camille Kaduri deserves.
Oh my God.
We got to give her
Oh,
some
yeah.
flowers here because I just
love
feel
her.
like she's really the heart of all three of these episodes, and it's really
Yeah.
kind of amazing to see
And
her back in context with Kit and Billie Piper. Like it's really it's really flowered in a way that I was not prepared for this, and I've said this on previous podcasts. Like I wanted them to put off bringing Billie Piper back as long as possible because I liked seeing Kit Eccleston not being dependent on her, and I don't think it is a matter of dependency. I think it's a matter of chemistry.
Yeah.
And it's just extraordinary.
These are I'm preferring this run. I mean, I like all the solo ones,
Yeah, me
but like
too.
we've said before, I couldn't tell you what half of them were about.
Mm-hmm.
But I never, as I listened to them when they all came out, they were fine. There were a few what I would call like classics within it, but I think I'm preferring this because this is more Doctor Who, and I just love that season. So I'm just so glad to have more of it.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a lovely treat.
Yeah. Like I didn't even listen to the set before this. I thought I had, but I had
one. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's that one that's got Lisa Bowerman and
River Song.
River Song's in it, and yeah. So I didn't even, but I don't feel like I missed it. I'm going to listen to them now.
Yeah.
Because I downloaded them when I downloaded this one, but I've really enjoyed these so much more. Even though like this was like for me, it was two halves. The beginning was okay.
It does change tone though, doesn't it? Like you said,
about halfway through it becomes
the first
about
half
is
you know,
there's a
we've said
lot of
before,
world building.
You've got a lot of the Jackie being the mother hen again.
Mm-hmm.
She's the center of the Powell Estate, mostly because she's the main character.
Mm-hmm.
And she brings people together again. Then they sort out a problem on the Powell Estate. Doctor and Rose get involved. I think having these three stories coming out in order has weakened them because we're seeing the same thing again. If these were like episode 1, episode 6, and episode 11, I think it would work better.
Yeah,
because we'd have more variety in our bi-monthly listen.
Yeah, I was kind of looking at it and looking at what's coming up in the sea. You can, that Jackie's not in the rest, or at least she's not listed in some of the preview stuff.
She's not next time. Yeah.
Yeah, she's not. So I was like, good, because I love that we're getting Jackie, and I love that we've seen 3 stories that move Jackie to where she ultimately is by the end of 2005 and going forward because I think sometimes Jackie got better stuff to do when she wasn't interacting with the Doctor or Rose. The one with Linda, where her and the guy makes friends with her.
Yeah.
And
loving monsters.
Yeah, I do love that one, especially because of the way she goes. I will protect him and hers till my dying day kind of attitude. Don't come after them. That she has, because by the end of the first season, Jackie's kind of used to, they're used to that Rose is going off into the time traveling and coming back, and they miss her. But they're also they're just, I don't think they really, I think they become more worldly like Rose does through just from interacting with them. And I feel that these kind of move that part. We see Jackie accepting the Doctor. She gives him crap, but she knows he does good. She knows just leave him alone. Rose and my Rose and the Doctor.
I love the line where Jackie's trying to explain them to the other Powell Estate residents, and she's like, yeah, she and the doctor do investigation. She's like, yeah, they work together. They do investigations, and one of the people's like, what do they investigate? She didn't even do her A levels. But the way that Jackie says it, it just like, the confidence in her voice sort of gives you exactly what you're just talking about, Ross, which is like she's trying to figure out ways to explain it to herself as well.
Yeah. And then, and what I like too is that when her and Rose are apologizing to each other, having that moment, it's like they're going, I don't mean it. It's just like, yes, you do, but it doesn't matter. I like that we get to see that mother-daughter, that conversation. That seems very 2005 Doctor Who.
Yeah, and I want to go back and touch on what Dan was just saying about having these 3 stories over the course of, I guess it's like over the course of 6 months that we've been listening now to the Ninth Doctor and Rose here on the Powell Estate. Like it's been an interesting interlude, I think. It does feel a little bit against the grain of the 2005 series because he doesn't, one of the Eccleston Doctor's sort of things is I don't stick around. I don't do home. I don't do domestic.
It seems to be coming back there a lot.
Yeah. Well, I mean, for 3 stories in a row, like again, it sort of almost feels like, like Dan was saying, maybe we got out of the box set format too quickly. Like there's something about the box set format where if we had all 3 stories at once, it sort of would have felt more like an interlude. It would have felt more like an interlude.
It was a one thing.
If it was like one attempt, one stay, they're there for 3 stories and then they go again. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But
but I get it. And again, like it really has sort of felt like a fun way to ease us back into 2005 as opposed to like, let's do a time travel adventure.
That'll be what they've done. I mean, I assume that's what they've done. It's like, you love this series. Look, this is really like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas at least next time they go to the 47th century. So
okay. Well, I'm excited to see what the next arc
looks
like.
I've read the blurb, and the blurb has just got a really bad Russell T Davies-y style place name gag in it, which we'll get to in the future.
Oh God.
It just made me laugh because the next one is written by two people who have done some really good Torchwoods. They normally do Torchwood sort of like folk horror type Torchwood.
Oh, is it Stuart Pringle and Lisa?
Yes, and Lauren Mooney.
Snap.
Yeah. So but they're doing sci-fi, so that's going to be interesting because they're really great.
They are really good. They do a lot of folk horror and like horror kind of stuff.
So I'm intrigued to see what happens, but we'll get to that in the future
because they've done some really good ones like that in that style. Again, folk horror stuff for the 8th Doctor range, and they've been hits every time.
They're great. So yeah, they're doing something different, which is good. I mean, I love what they do, but giving them something completely different is a good idea as well.
Yeah, that's.
Well, I don't have to listen to that Torchwood stuff, so I'm excited. And you got me looking.
Torchwood's really good. I'm so sad that's finishing because I mean, like I've always go on. Torchwood on telly was, most
the third season. It was very hit or miss. I thought the third season was great.
The Big Finish Torchwood, there's far more hits than averages and misses. It's a consistently great range. It's one of Big Finish's best, most consistent ranges, which is not something I thought I'd ever say. But I think it's because they would take a lot of not chances, but they'd use it like a tryout place for new writers more because it's only Torchwood, but it's been brilliant. They've got so many good writers and just good, weird, interesting, like small cast stories because it's kind of like a cheap range,
Are the stories kind of like the one where they, like in the first season at Torchwood, where they go out and they think it's a monster and it's just a bunch of fucking cannibals?
That's the kind of
that kind of, because that's one of my favorite ones of that season.
But normally
the bad guys just like, no, I just like it because it's fun.
Just bad, but a lot of sorry, go on.
No, I was gonna say I haven't heard tons of them, but I have heard. I do dip in and out occasionally, especially for ones with like, big names or stunt casting or whatever you want to call it. Like there was a great one though with Indira Varma.
Oh, she's always really good. And Annette Badland.
And Annette Badland. And
That's
I'm like,
good.
And again, this is the kind of thing I think, Dan, that Dan's talking about, Ross, which is like they'll take
character studies.
Yeah, 2 characters that you might not even think about. Like, why would these 2 even be together? And like, they'll tell you a really cool story just about them. Like, it doesn't have to, like with Doctor Who, you have certain assumptions about, a plot goes a certain way or there's certain formal constraints. Whereas Torchwood, they'll just do anything. Which is
okay.
Cool. Well, like there's that one weird one. You can definitely find it in my account, Ross, where it's like the seascapes and other insane.
The Michael
I'll try.
Palin
I'll give it a
Michael
try
Palin.
out because I
It's
kind of
so
like that.
weird.
which is just bizarre. It's like a ghostly self-help tape, and you're
It's
like,
just
only
so
Torchwood
weird.
can do this.
That's
And also,
cool.
there's like a Torchwood 1 miniseries, which
Yeah.
is set in the Doctor Who series 2 Torchwood with Yvonne Hartman and all
And
and
the
the
Anto,
Anto and
right?
all that stuff.
Yeah.
And even that, they've got like there's some new characters that are set there that are not in the TV show because but even those, I really love them. I just find it charming and creepy. And sometimes it's really dark. Sometimes there's just horrible stuff. It's very psychological. There's a lot of character study. There's a lot of sort of almost like therapy for the characters. But
Mhm.
they're really good, small cast, good audio stories. So anyway, the people that are writing the February release of this
Lauren
series
Mooney and Stuart Pringle.
are
Yep.
basically like they started off in Torchwood as far as I know. I think they're theatre writers as well, but like a lot of these big
Yes.
British writers, and they're bloody brilliant. So I'm very
I'll have to
pleased.
check those out. That's
They're
giving me something
incredible.
because I downloaded a bunch yesterday. It's like I haven't heard listen, I
Yeah.
hadn't listened to listen. Maybe get me listening more because I've not rewatched any Doctor Who except if I was doing for a podcast in the last like 18 months, not since the most recent show ended. And we have cut off our Disney.
Yeah.
Where I'm not giving Disney my money. And fuck them. And we're getting rid of all of our streaming servies for the.
I'm trying to figure out whether
I'm
trying to figure out whether I'm going to cancel my BritBox subscription because it's gonna like it's going. They're launching relaunching a thing here in the new year where it's tiered now. Like you can get like regular or premium, and it's like they've both gone up in price, and I don't know if I can afford it anymore.
Yeah,
but
well,
I'm gonna lose access to all my Doctor Who if I do that.
I no, you're not.
I've just got them all on physical media because
I mean I've got some of them, but I don't.
Well, I
don't nearly have all of it.
I've got them in several formats still
Mhm.
around from the beginning when we didn't get it right away.
Yeah,
I mean, it wasn't until we didn't get it for like a year, 18 months for the first. Really, I didn't get. I had to have someone, a friend of mine who was a guy that pirated stuff, literally for me to get the 2005 before it came to wherever I forget what was the network that was was it BBC America in 2005?
They had it at
No,
some
it was
point
on Sci-Fi.
later on, didn't they?
It was on
Yeah.
Sci-Fi. It was on Sci-Fi.
But I
That's
think
right.
the Moffat era is that when they had BBC America in the Moffat time? I don't know.
Yes.
I'm not.
Yep.
Yeah, they moved
Yep.
then, and it
Something like
was
that, yeah.
same day.
Yeah,
We got it
'cause
same
it
day.
got better for you, didn't it?
But it
Yeah.
took until it took 4 years to get there. And they just went with the whole cable to streaming and stuff. It bounced around a little bit, but I just haven't because I just haven't want these things doing these and doing the Jodie with Jeff. It was kind of like got me back into. I didn't know what Doctor Who I wanted to do. I didn't want to go back and. I mean,
There's
I
so
get the
much of it.
DVD sets and I'd watch those, but that would be about it. And I'm enjoying these, and I mean that for my fandom, like in the wilderness years and in between seasons, Big Finish and the Eighth Doctor novels were always they filled a void for me for about 8 years. Between the two of them, and it's kind of like that now since we don't know what we're gonna get. We're gonna have a Christmas special in 2026. That's all we know.
Which we assume is like tying up all of that last 3 or 4
And
years.
so whoever gets the gig later,
you need to clean the slate. It's
clean
like
the slate.
we need to just go. What? Yeah, I mean, Russell's just written himself into like a whole load of corners.
Yeah,
we
and
just need to
I
sort
as
it
much as
out.
I enjoyed the stories and what they were doing.
Yeah.
Listening to these, sometimes it's like, okay, this is a little smaller. It's back down to what it's got a little more
It's
interpersonal.
much better, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot more you can say about it because there's a lot more depth to it.
Yeah, and it's a different type of entertainment. I mean,
It's about stuff as well.
Yeah, but I did get a chance this morning to watch the war betwing the land and
the sea.
The land and the sea. And I was looking at it visually. And
did you watch it all the way through, Ross?
I watched the first episode. That's all I got through because I was giving it my full attention. I was kind of like going, this is more solid tradition. I was like, if New Who is shot like the next version is shot like this, more like, not like regular television, but less it's big, but it's not super big. I mean,
I mean,
felt very it's a more traditional, grounded type of storytelling.
For us, it's like when you've watched it all, listen to the Trap One episodes because they're really funny. I
Mhm.
mean, I'm biased because I'm on one of them, but
Yes.
we did the second batch. I'm not on. That's really funny as well because
Yeah.
we're basically analyzing it and also laughing at some of the things. But we basically described it. It is very much like Sunday night, 9 o'clock British high
Yep.
concept drama. It's very much shot like a lot of other things that I don't really watch.
It sort of oddly looks like Line of Duty, but with
Yeah,
fish
Well, see, and
people.
that's what I
With
kind of
fish
liked
people.
about it. And
yeah,
that
it
it's
fits in with
shot like
current.
it's not shot. I don't mind being big and it's science fiction. Do what
Yeah.
And Doctor Who has always done things bigger, even though when they couldn't afford to do it bigger, they would attempt to do it bigger. I just thought it was like, this looks really well made. This is, you know, tight. I felt like at least the first episode seemed very tight. It had a very Russell T Davies introducing the family and we're not a,
The awful family. There's always an
Mhm.
awful family.
Awful.
yeah. It's like,
Awful.
The
but
ex-wife, what a
it
piece of
looked
work.
great. It
Oh,
looked
no
great,
need.
and I, I'm the actor playing the general who was one of the ghosts in
Colin McFarlane.
Mhm.
Colin McFarlane, who's not American.
No.
No, I could tell. That's a
Yeah.
very good British accent person doing an American accent, but I always hear a little Canadian in it.
A little
It's
bit,
like,
yes.
Yeah. It's
But
very generic American. Generic American.
yeah, but I mean, there were a lot of the greatest hits of guest stars. Him,
Mm.
um,
Tovey again.
yeah, Toby. I liked him in this one a little more
Russell
than
T. Ovey, as we
T.O.V.,
call
yeah.
him. Russell T. Ovey.
I really love this. I really loved it. I think you're gonna like it, Ross, if you just give it a chance. I just think
Yeah,
it's,
you'll
I
like
think
I
it.
think I'm gonna love it. I
think it's
liked
a
it
bit of
already, and
fun.
it's all written by him and Peter McTeague.
McTighe, yeah.
That makes me. I like Peter McTeague. I think he has a good idea. He should be doing more.
It's very consistently
TV.
written across the whole five.
That's
It's not like
true.
not like, oh, this episode's completely different. It's not the tone of it, the vibe of it. You know what I mean?
And there's a little
They're very
lightness to
similar
it.
writers. Yeah,
I
it
mean,
works. It
it's
works
not.
well
Yeah. Like I love the third season of Torchwood. I think it's one of the. It's
because that's
a
the
show.
good season. Yeah,
It is,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
it's so I had not seen it. Someone had to get me copies of it, burn it for me because we weren't getting it over here.
Mm.
And I wasn't paying for cable at the time, so someone made me copies of it. And I put it in at like 1 o'clock in the morning after I'd been out drinking. I mean, it wasn't too tore up, but I'd been drinking.
Mm.
So I sat there making my frozen pizza, trying not to fall asleep on the sofa and wake up with a tube of burnt food.
Oh my god! Yeah.
Because it was so ingrained. I watched it all the way through.
Bloody hell, that's impressive.
And
It's messed up.
the guy that recorded for me goes, "Don't watch it all in one go." And I'm like, okay.
That is quite intense watching
It
all of
is.
that because
It
Yeah,
is
I
pretty
did
intense.
because he did it.
Especially
It fucked him
at 1
up,
in the
but I
morning.
did it. And there was stuff that the kids are used as fucking
Yes.
drugs, and
Yes.
I love all that stuff.
I do too. And it's good and freaky and
That's
horrifying. I would
yeah.
like to see. I don't want it to be that adult, but I'd like to see Who shot little like. Here's the best analogy that I got. That what made me watching that made me go, could New Who be like this? It's very much like Spearhead in Space, the first
yes,
Pertwee
yes.
one,
It's very
which is
we're in the
very
real world
different
now.
than the next three or anything else.
Totally.
It's very
I think
all on
being
film.
that being on film helps as well because you get a very different vibe doing single camera. I'm going to be a very boring man.
Yeah, no, do it.
Single camera film, obviously artistically, visually it's different. But I always find that if something's done on single camera film rather than multi-camera in the studio, there's a whole different vibe as well because the shots are all different because they're all done single camera. The way the cameras move about within the scenes is different. It's like a whole different program.
It's a different, there's a different fluid. It's a different movement.
And the actors even seem to be different because they're giving a different kind of performance because they have to because of the coverage of the shots. I'm being very nerdy now, but you know, it gives you a whole different vibe, and I really love that vibe.
I would like to see, and I'd like to see that with the show because I think you could take this story almost and do it if you could get it that way, that kind of single camera, very traditional filmmaking. but have the bigger things in it instead of writing big. You know what I mean? That's, that's I like about these audios, that because they're audio, they have to be a little more contained and a little more controlled, because they have got to give you everything, because that we need sounds to help you help. They put sound effects and certain things to help us visualize. We all get
good for our imagination.
Yeah, because I'm always kind of, what I like about Big Finish is I can build a spaceship in my brain.
Yeah.
And the sets are always perfect.
Like.
I was gonna bring it back to Dare You again anyway, and you dovetailed exactly back where I was gonna bring it, which is that, again, for an audio drama, oddly, this looks like a 2005 episode, and I really appreciate.
Our brains are there with it completely.
I just couldn't believe how well, not only Lisa McMullen, but what you were just saying, Ross, about the sound design, the music, the performances, it feels like you're watching 2005 Doctor Who, which is just again, it's incredible, an incredible visual experience that Lisa McMullen has somehow conjured with words, which is it's just bananas.
This is the sound design in this is great. The dodgy voice of the gremlin dude, whatever.
What can you do about that?
That's a trope.
I had to go, okay, this is going to be the thing that tweaks me a little bit. But I like the character when he realizes he is just fucked up.
Yes.
Shit, what have I done? And Rose is like, I told you.
And that's why I like that, because it's you don't normally get that in a Doctor Who.
No,
you don't get the weird gremlin going, oh shit, I'm up
the creek this time.
Because normally monsters have terrible, as we know, they always have terrible plans. Always, and they always go wrong. But it's kind of nice to see the plan's gone wrong, what do we do about it bit, which we don't normally get. But also in this, I need to also talk about some of the dialogue as well. One of my favorite bits is Jackie saying, Rose, you remember Polly? You used to whittle in her front garden when you was little.
I couldn't believe that.
Oh my God.
But that's perfect, because that sums up, that seems so real. Not that I pissed in people's gardens as far as I know. But I really got that. That one line sums up, you've got a community, you've got people that know each other, people that are okay with their children peeing in their gardens. You know what I mean.
You messed up my rhododendrons.
It's one sentence, but it sums up the whole of the Powell Estate.
Yeah.
And that's a good writer.
It's amazing how grounded
a little bit of writing, a big picture.
Yeah,
I'm not
like that we did get the same characters from the Powell Estate.
Yeah, we don't need them again.
We got to see more and more of them.
Yeah, I think it gives us a good a good sort of panorama of,
because they're all there for a reason. Like the guy that did the conga, not the hokey cokey. I like that bit where they go, it's like, no, it's not the hokey cokey, it's the conga. Again, they don't need that line, but I enjoyed that because it was funny. That's a point. We have to talk about Jackie's dare was to knock over the baked beans.
Baked beans, yep.
Do you have baked beans in America?
Yes, of course.
English food klaxon thing. Damn it! I was prepared to talk about baked beans with you.
Well, theirs taste different than ours, but
yours full of sugar. But yours are probably full of sugar, aren't they? Because you're Americans.
I mean, probably.
Well, our baked beans are they're
the ones that are
brown
like barbecue
sugar,
baked beans. Yeah,
baked beans have brown sugar. That's the sauce is. It's brown sugar and pork.
Oh, do you have the little sausages, the little tiny pork sausages that are made of?
No, we can, but we also have chunks of bacon. Everything of baked beans has a big chunk of bacon fat.
I love how America can basically supersize anything and make it worse.
It's true. We love it.
Well, I mean, it was a standard baked beans were a standard food stuff in this country for about 100 years.
Yes.
So you probably had it first then, in that case.
Yeah, out west. Yeah, it's a
you probably gave it to us.
It's a Western thing.
What else? What else is on your list, Dan? I'm intrigued.
What's the other thing? Ginger nuts.
Oh, that I don't really have a context.
That sounds like something you pay extra for.
Yeah.
That's for the subscription channel only. So I like the line again when Jackie's offering tea and then they go tea and someone just says tar, because again it works as a yes as a slang thing. So ginger nuts. Do you have ginger nuts?
That I don't think so.
I don't know.
Tell me about it.
Are they may be called ginger snaps for you? I don't know.
Okay, they're gingerbread. They're ginger.
They're like
cookies.
Crunchy ginger biscuits that have got ginger. Sometimes they've got cinnamon.
We call them ginger snaps.
They're really addictive, and I could eat an entire pack in one go because there's something in them that just it's like it's the crack of the biscuit world. Basically,
it sounds really good.
It is. You didn't have ginger snaps as a kid? My mom would give us those.
I mean, I've definitely heard of them.
Nice.
Yeah, they're basically vanilla wafers, except they're not vanilla.
Oh.
They're the same
they're
size,
not
and they're a little more crunchy. And they're
these are like round, and quite hard, and there's a lot of sound effect when you crunch them.
Yeah.
Compared to, say,
That'll-
like a regular biscuit, which is softer, these are the hardest type.
This all sounds really good to me.
And
Yeah,
they're really,
they are
really
good.
nice.
I like ginger. Ginger and about anything. Yum,
That's
yum.
the only English food I could think of, I'm afraid, this time.
No, it's very useful because yeah, that was in there. One thing that I wanted to talk about real quick because it's a reference that came up, and it's one of the things. All the stuff that you've just been talking about, Dan, the kinds of dialogue bits, like little pieces of business that sell the reality of it. I feel like we get a lot more from really
so
good
nice.
writers like Lisa McMullen. Whereas there is a bit in here where the Hellion, which goes back to what you were saying a minute ago, Ross, finds out that he's fucked really, and is like he's caught up by the TARDIS, but he calls it Idris, and I'm like, I don't know if y'all caught
that. Was weird. Yeah.
That feels to me like it would be.
I didn't catch that.
Very briefly calls it. He refers to it as Idris, and Rose is like, I think you mean the TARDIS, right? Which just gives you that thing, but the TARDIS is somehow working in tandem to resolve this issue as well. Sort of kind of happens in the background. It's not something that's really foregrounded, but I feel like in any regular sort of Doctor Who story, you would get much more of that and much less of the other stuff, which in this story, Lisa McMullen, again, the balance is so much better in terms of like, here's the stuff we need to sell the world versus here's a reference for Doctor Who fans. Like, I feel like in so many Big Finish stories, that balance is skewed completely the opposite direction. Like, you're going to get tons of references and almost nothing to sell the reality of the drama. And again, I just need to make sure I'm because I feel like I came out of the gate a little bit earlier, not necessarily like being down on the story or the writing, but again, I just want to make sure that I want to say like how great I feel like Lisa McMullen did here in giving us like real 2005 Doctor Who that feels. Again, it feels, again, there are references and we get some references, but like, it's not
just the words, is it? It's not like, here is a reference from the past. This is like,
no,
the emotional,
it's the emotional, put anything there.
Reality of then is now. It's this.
And again, the fact that neither of y'all noticed that reference was even there is exactly what I'm talking about.
What,
like, you don't even notice it.
Idris and the Doctor's Wife has my favorite line in all of Doctor Who. I like biting. It's like kissing, but there's a winner.
Hey, that is a good line.
That is probably my favorite Moffat line because it is a very Moffat line. And it's Saran Jones. Saran. I gotta
watch that show that she just did with Jodie.
Which one was that? There's so many shows I've lost track
of. It's called like Felons or Truist or like no, Truist is a bank. It's literally just within the last sort of month or so.
There's too much telly. I can't keep up.
Yeah, but they play it's by frauds. It's called or something like that.
Oh yeah, I know. I've seen pictures of it. I think.
Where they like pull a heist. Like,
I loved her in Gentleman Jack.
I need to
Gentleman
see that
Jack
too.
was an amazing piece of television.
But I just need to see Saran Jones. Like, there was a cool like little one of those social media clips where they're sitting like Jodie and Saran Jones just sitting there talking about Doctor Who, and I'm like, God, I want that. Like, give me a whole TV show of just them talking about Doctor
She's in
Who.
one of the best Sarah Janes where she plays this.
Oh, the Mona Lisa.
Oh, that Mona Lisa.
She plays Mona Lisa with like a West End accent. She's really kind of tough, and they
It's great.
Best described as a broad in the my stepmother was a bit
weird.
of a broad from Pittsburgh.
It's brilliant.
So, yeah.
You can't. It's one of those unexplained acting choices that just works. It's really funny.
It's an actor going, I got this idea. What do you think? And the director's going, fuck, man. Yeah, go. I'm done. I don't need to give you any direction. You're smarter than me. Just go.
It's brilliant. It's why I love Sarah Jane Adventure so much. Because
I do too. I've not watched the last half season because I can't. No. When she passed, my Victoria, my original co-host, she had to call me to make sure I was okay. She was like, "Are you all right?" And I said, "No." I cried a little bit. I put in some Doctor Who, and CBBC had this nice video of her
lovely.
with
really
Elvis
sad.
Costello singing the bat jazz. I thought it was a song of his. It's not. It's a jazz standard. I kept it, and I have it on a drive somewhere because it made me cry. The only other person was Levon Helm, the drummer from the band. When he died, she was like, "You okay?" It's like, "Nope, I'm going to listen to the band in a loop." You just skip
when Liz Layton died,
songs.
I just remember like the CBBC presenter things between the shows. They like had they were really nice to the kids audience about how sad it was and all that, and that was really sweet.
Did they do it to like the kids? Like, I mean,
I think they did something. I can't. It was a long time ago now, but
I
yeah,
saw
there was some.
interviews with the
They did
stars,
something.
the kids, the younger.
Yeah,
They were adults, but they were playing kids.
I met them a couple of years ago. They were such fun.
Well, I
They
bet
had,
they were because
it was one of their first conventions. I think it must have been. It was a couple of years ago. They went to a Utopia convention, and they were just like, you know, like you imagine if you like seeing how much people loved your work when you were a child actor, and they were just having a whale of a time. It was just such a fun day. I've got photographs. It was just really sweet. They had a panel of like Sarah Jane Adventures panel there, and they had a few other people, like the guy that played Sarah Jane's dad in the flashback episode, and a few other people, and one of the
I
writers
like that episode. I do. Like
yeah,
that episode.
it's really good. Yeah, but
Yeah.
it was just a lovely day.
Yeah. No.
My Sarah Jane box set has got so many signatures on the front of it now. I don't know who half them are. I do know who they are, really. I wrote a post-it note afterwards to remind me, because you just have to. But yeah, I love that show so much.
Yeah, but yes. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Dan.
That's all right. I was just thinking of other lines in it. Yeah.
Oh yeah, please.
I didn't want you to end up like your dad. An entrepreneur.
An entrepreneur.
no, you muppet, dead. And I thought that's quite good as well. Because again, right, it's great writing because it's funny, but also it's got a lot of pathos, sadness around it.
Yep.
And it's like what real people would be like. Because obviously,
because she's not. If these all take place before they meet Jack,
yes.
Then Mickey's not traveled with them and left, and they've not met alternate Pete.
They've not. No, nothing.
They've not met the Pete of the other universe.
Because that's the David Tennant thing. Yeah. So nothing of that's happened.
Yeah. So that I like that she still has this vision of her dad.
Yeah. How old is she's only like? Is she meant to? She's only like a few years old, isn't she? When he gets run over, I think. I'm trying to remember. She's not that old.
Well,
she's not even out of a bassinet.
Yeah, in Father's Day, she's still a baby. Yeah.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, I remember.
She's an infant.
So yeah, because basically he's basically a story, isn't he? To her, he's basically a series of photos and stories.
And
I like how they talk about him. You know, it's realistic.
I like that one. I like that one. Father's Day, a little less for the space threat, the time travel, the whatever the science fiction thing is. That one has such great conversations about grief and memory and how children have lost a parent and they have no recollection of the parent, how they construct, and Jackie feeding her and Jackie telling her the truth about her dad, how good a person he was. He sold things. She doesn't want to tell her about the dodgy things. The things they argued about.
And that's one of the other great things about this story. And again, thinking about these 3 episodes as an arc is like, because it's supposed to take place immediately after Father's Day, you don't like, one of the problems that people have with Doctor Who anyway is, especially in the classic era, is like, you think about Earthshock, and then in the next episode, no one even talks about Edric anymore. So like,
it's because it's Adric. No, I know what you mean.
Because I know
it's a different time.
Because definitely Pete obviously does come up again and again in the first series. But like here, this is one of the great things about this 3 episode arc is that, and in this episode, you hear for the first time from the point of view of other people on the estate and their opinions of him. So like, you're exploring that loss again through a bunch of different lenses over the course of the 3 stories. It just seems to give Rose and Jackie more time to process, or at least Rose. At least gives Rose more time to process that loss.
I kind of think too that they have him and Rose and the doctor keep they're not been there for an extended period of time. They just keep popping back up. But maybe that the doctor Rose is like, we need to go check him on.
That makes sense.
But she's told her about the adventure. She's told I was there when he died. She comes and tells him that and the whole end of that thing is her just coming out of the TARDIS and wrapping her arms around Jackie. And him coming out and looking, this is where she needs to be.
Yeah.
It fits lovely. Yeah.
Yeah. So I kind of like that. That's where they're doing it, and they didn't forget Pete, and Pete doesn't become a joke.
Yeah, he can so easily, because he basically is a massive archetype, the flashy wide boy Cockney type, 1980s. He ticks a lot. The Pete that we see in Father's Day ticks loads of like TV trope cliche boxes. But then what happens later basically humanizes him and makes him far more interesting. But because basically Rose's idea of her dad is literally a load of tick boxes, because it's like photos and this story, this bit and this, and then she's made an entire person out of that. So it's kind of nice how Doctor Who builds on that as time goes on.
I kind of like that. It makes me, when I was little, like real little, my dad was going to and from Vietnam. So I remember a couple Christmases when I'm real little, but the other time it was just a picture by my bed. My mom put his, every time you get a promotion, they take a new picture of you. So I got whatever one that was, and she just put it on the bedside because he wasn't around.
Yeah.
Kept going. So I always feel that. And I like these things about how a kid, even an adult child like Rose, will create that version of her dad in her head. She doesn't have any point of context. I liked it. I'd like to see what they do, because they're doing this, but I have a feeling these are doing so well that they'll be doing more.
I hope so. They seem to have enjoyed it, because why
you
wouldn't
got them
they?
and they're happy.
Yeah, keep them happy.
Yeah,
but like we've said before, they really do. I mean, Eccleston's kind of like a producer in a way on this range, because he's clearly more, like we've said, you don't get
much more involved.
They don't ask Sylvester McCoy what kind of stories he wants, do they?
Yep.
They say,
well, I mean,
yeah, it's a whole different vibe. Eccleston's very, because he's, as well as being like an actor's actor, he cares about things.
Yep.
He's
you can tell. Yep.
Yeah, he will only do what he wants to do. And he wants to do the things that he wants. Therefore, Doctor Who fits in perfectly, because Doctor Who could be anything. And so they're giving him
the A-team, right?
Yeah, they're giving him the good stuff.
Best.
Yeah.
Because it's Lisa McMullen, it's Tim or Tom Foley.
Tim Foley.
Yeah, Tim Foley.
And Helen Goldwyn.
Yeah.
Just seeing her, that she's the director of all these, it is just, because I've not seen anything that she's not had her hands in that is not well
She's
above average.
Just aces,
great. So I liked it. So why don't we kind of wrap around? Any final thoughts on this that we may not have talked about?
I just, at the very, very end, that last line that Eccleston has, again, he in the TV series, he often presents himself as, sort of anti-domestic, doesn't want to be around, but like, you can tell that he has you can tell even in the TV show that he has a sort of soft spot for Jackie. And that line at the end where, Rose is like, well, we can stick around for, tonight, can't we? And he's like, night on the town with Jackie and the girls. He's like, go on ahead, I dare you. I love that. Like, there's such a warmth to him that again comes through in these as well. And I think that's part of the investment. And it's like, you do see a little bit of it in the TV show, and I love that they are emphasizing that and drawing it out a little bit more in these audios. I just think this range is, my final thought is this range is extraordinary. Again, just to hear Eccleston being Doctor Who again in a way that, like, this is so insistently Doctor Who. Like, we're so lucky, and to know that we're going to get these every couple months, and we're in story 3 of a 12 episode sort of quote
it's
season.
like an old school season.
Like, we're going to get to the end of next year and still not be done with this. Like, I'm so thrilled by that. I'm so ready for it.
Just listening to this one, and I stayed up late to listen to it again. And I was thinking, I've always said I would like to do I'd like to start with the beginning of Doctor Who and put all the big Finish audios in where they would go. I'm 60. I would be way dead before I got through like the third Doctor.
No one's got time for this.
Yeah.
It's a lovely idea.
If I don't have to work.
I always think if I didn't have to work, I would start watching it again, and I would put in some big finishes as well.
Yeah,
but I'm never going to have time for that.
But I would like to definitely kind of stick these in that season.
They work so well.
I think they would work really well.
For me,
I don't need to listen to the other ones, but just start with 2005 and then pop these in right after Father's Day.
For my money, the other big Finish series that does something similar is the Donna Noble Kidnapped.
I love that.
Which is supposed to come in right after.
Good.
It's supposed to come in right after the Library 2-parter.
When she needs a rest, yeah.
And now whenever and it's very rare occasions, but when I do rewatch that season, I do listen to that audio drama.
I'd forgotten all about that.
It's so good.
It was so much better than I thought it was going to be. It started very odd, and by the end, I was like, "This is one of the best sets you've done."
It's so good.
I was just worrying that I haven't got it. I've seen it on
Dan,
the
you better
shelf.
make sure you got it.
It's up there. I can see it above me. It's all
Dan,
right.
what are your final thoughts?
My final thoughts that we've already pretty much said it. It's so nice to have more authentic and bloody brilliant 2005 Doctor Who. Oh yeah, I'm just really happy to have more of it, and there's more to come, and I love it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Fuck it. Okay,
Basically.
very good.
Yeah.
Wrap it up, Ross. Get us out of here.
All right. Well, let's
Got shit
do
to do.
recommendations. I got one. I got
I haven't got any
one
recommendations.
because
I'm on
last
fucking vacation.
Oh.
well, last night my wife started watching on HBO Max one battle after another, the new
Oh yeah. PTA.
Michael Thomas Anderson.
Paul Thomas Anderson.
Paul Thomas Anderson. I kept forgetting his fucking
He
name.
was recently spotted on stage at Carnegie Hall filming Cameron Winter from Geese. Everyone's talking about Geese these days.
Oh my god. Well, I did not know what to expect of this movie. I'm not the biggest Leonardo DiCaprio fan. I think
I'm still angry at him for ruining the last season of Growing Pains. Like I've never gotten over that.
I don't know what
God,
that is.
how could you ruin shit?
He ruined the last season of Growing Pains. Anyways, not here. It's
God,
the 1980s
but the movie
television show. Sorry, go ahead.
I really recommend this movie. One, we watched it with on Max. They give you ASL, American Sign Language option. So she just started it with that, and there's this African American guy. One, the music starts. There is no stop to the movie. It starts, and it is basically at one frenetic pace after another. It all builds up, even from flashbacks to jump to where whatever. And watching it with that ASL was really intriguing because when it's music, it's like if it's piano, he did this. If it was violins, he would do this. And it was amazing. And we were going, they auditioned the fuck out of this guy so he could do it. But it's a very good movie. I don't think I've liked every movie by this director, but when he hits it, for me, he hits it like Magnolia.
It's him.
Nights.
Boogie Nights and Magnolia and the other one that's good.
I can't remember
the teenage girl. Oh, it's set in the 70s or 80s.
Licorice Pizza.
That's it.
Licorice Pizza. That's
I like that. Yeah, because I really like.
I pulled that out of my ass. I had no idea.
Magnolia is one of my favorite films.
Yeah,
and the soundtrack.
But I recommend this highly because the music.
What's it called? I've forgotten. Sorry, what's it called?
One battle after another.
After another.
What's it? Yeah, I'll write it down.
It's basically he's a former revolutionary whose daughter the bad guy Sean Penn kidnaps his daughter and he has to save her, and it all takes place over like a day and a half. And all these people get involved. It talks about immigration because they free some people being staged, and the bad guy is the guy that the government says they're police, and they start riots and stuff like that. It's very
that would never happen.
No, it's so. But what I like about it is the music is all. It's the way the music is. Sometimes it's just drum beats. Sometimes it's just musical notes. But it's always to the pace of the story. So it's a very unique soundtrack. It's the closest thing I ever could think of it was Jerry Goldsmith, his Planet of the Apes themes soundtracks, where it's just a bunch of key phrases with different instruments that give you a sense of space, what space you're in, and the emotional context of it. It was incredibly well done. I mean, I think I would not be surprised if DiCaprio gets another Oscar. I would be really surprised if he didn't. But but it's great. I didn't know. I don't like, I got to do homework when he's doing a movie to see if I want to watch it. Because I avoid all of his Scorsese movies. Because they're all I've watched one of them and they're all crap. But I'm not a big Scorsese fan. I think he's got like one trick. But this one was really good. It was a great cast, and the young lady who plays the daughter, she's up for Golden Globe for Best Actress. Well deserved. It's and I liked it that her the actress is great, and her parents named her based on a cartoon character, and Buzz Lightyear's. Her middle name's Infinity, and that's because they like Buzz Lightyear.
Oh my God, it's crazy.
Oh, it's great. It's like nerd parents. Oh, that's I have a was great, but it's really worth it. It's really, and Sean Penn is fucking evil as shit in it. He's great. He's great. It's a really great movie. Because I was gonna do homework for this, and I ended up sitting in the living room for 2.5 hours watching the movie. I couldn't walk away. It was so good. All right, what about you, Dan?
Oh God, I haven't been to the movies for a while. The only movies I've seen this year are Fantastic Four and Superman. That says a lot about me because I am a nerd.
That's nothing wrong with those.
I love
Yeah.
Fantastic Four.
What we got? Currently, I'm reading a book about the history of Doctor Who called Exterminate, Regenerate. Even though basically I know all about the history of Doctor Who because I've got basically a book about every chapter in this. I've basically got a book about already because I've got a lot of books. But it's a great book if you want an introduction to how Doctor Who was created and made and continued and so on. It's great. I'm up to like the Tom Baker bit. It's nice to just get little stories. And like the Patrick Troughton bit's interesting about how he basically saved Doctor Who by letting it continue. It doesn't shy away from the whole him having two families and then a very complicated extra mistress and all the other stuff. And then the John Pertwee bit talks about how John Pertwee was basically the funny voices man and was a bit worried about doing drama. It covers everything and it's very readable. Not in a kind of simple written way, but in a way that you just keep reading because it's good. So if you want to know about Doctor Who, I'd buy that. Also, I've just been watching this old kids TV show called Grange Hill, which from the late 70s onwards, been watching that on YouTube because I was a child in the old days. And it's fascinating watching. I like watching BBC dramas from the past, like Doctor Who, but watching something else that was also filmed at TV Centre and on film ahead of the studio sessions. It's quite interesting because like if you know a lot about Doctor Who, you know how things are made in the 70s and 80s because you just know from watching all those documentaries. So watching anything else from that time that's filmed in that building, I find quite fascinating because I'm a weird nerd.
Yeah.
So that's my other recommendation, basically.
I found a couple that have all these shows I've never heard of on British TV, and I'm kind of like going.
I love all my old stuff.
Oh yeah, there are a bunch of those YouTube channels that have all some of the weird soap operas I've never seen. All right, Melvin.
Really quick, 3 for me. I've been watching a lot. I've been watching because I've been turning my brain has been turned off since I went on vacation. I've been watching a lot of this YouTube channel called You Can Beat Video Games, which the guy just like does a like hilarious commentary over like playing through an old Nintendo games. It's really soothing. Like I watched Faxanadu, I watched like the first 4 Mega Man games, like Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers. Like I love that channel. It's just really soothing to me. The second thing I want to recommend is I've been reading the Marvel Masterworks Howard the Duck.
Oh my God!
I've never read that. I've never read it.
He has such a bad attitude. It feels good. It feels good to read.
Steve Gerber's gift to the universe. It is social commentary at its best.
And Steve
I've read his Defenders. I've read all Steve Gerber's Defenders, and I know the vibe.
And
so imagine if he had no constraints. Yeah. Like you can, to be honest, because it's his character. He could do whatever he wants.
I did find the Defenders funny, quirky stuff a bit much. So I probably wouldn't like that.
Well, this one's satire. It is. It's satire,
and
he's very of his time as well, is it?
Yes, and he just has such a bad attitude. And I was really interested in it because I love Steve Gerber because he wrote my favorite run of Man Thing. And of course,
Howard did a lot of horror comics.
Howard the Duck, and of course, Howard the Duck appeared for the first time in Man Thing. So that's sort of where it comes from.
Guarding the axis. What is it? The gateway to tomorrow. The
nexus
of reality.
The nexus of all realities.
Yeah,
even I know that, and I've never read it. That's worrying. My brain is full of this stuff.
Even though Howard is so good that one of his bad guys is Dr. Bong. And it's not Bong, but it's meant to be Bong.
Didn't they use that character in the weird, John Byrne's weird She-Hulk series? I'm sure some of these characters are in that.
That's basically Byrne doing Howard the Duck with She-Hulk. It's the same
pretty
kind
much.
of thing.
That sounds fantastic.
I found that really annoying as well. I'm sorry.
No, I think you'd probably really. I think the Howard the Duck. I think it's exactly your.
I need to give it a go, but
I think it's your pace.
My problem is that I like so much stuff, and there's so much old stuff I still haven't done. That there's never enough time, and then people keep making new good stuff because they're all fuckers.
They do. They have an annoying habit of doing that.
But I genuinely, I love that there's loads of things still being made that I really like, but it also frustrates the hell out of me because I mean, I've got I'll tell you, one thing I'll recommend that just mention just as a not a recommend as such, but there's like these little books that have come out in the last few months. They're like I've got two of them. They're from Macmillan, and there's one of them is Paul Cornell talks about the 1970s Avengers comics, and there's another one about Daredevil Born Again. They're like little format. They're about
Oh,
150
I saw that on your
pages.
like
Where? No,
on
no,
your
no.
holiday gifts.
Yeah.
70s Avengers?
Yeah, there's like Paul Cornell, the Doctor Who writer, has written
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a
Oh, he
it's
wrote
like
a great run of he wrote some
yeah,
really good
he wrote
comics
some
for
great comics.
DC.
But it's this little series about Marvel comics, and they're like a sort of academic look at them, and it's like about 150-page long book, and it's about the 1970s and the Avengers comics. I haven't read it yet, but they're my next ones to read. And
That sounds
there's
that
one by
sounds similar
somebody
to
else.
the Black Archive. Is that
Yeah,
sort
it's
of
that
that
kind
sort
of
of
thing.
vibe?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
there's
need
one
to
of,
read it
I've got
because I've discovered in my rebuying of omnibuses and the shit I'm reading quickly right when I get it is all stuff from Marvel in the 70s.
I
I got
love
the
70s
first.
Avengers. I love that stuff. But anyway,
do
there's one
too.
about Doctor Strange, which I haven't got. There's one about Daredevil Born Again, the Frank Miller, which one of my favorite comic stories ever.
Mhm.
So I've got that, and I'm just desperate to finish that Doctor Who book I've got, so I could read
Yeah.
those.
I'll have to check that out because I
You'll
like
like
Paul.
those because you're into both those things. Yeah.
Oh my
you should
God,
try
yeah,
those.
yeah. I'm rereading the Avengers from the beginning because I have the omnibus and I'm in my sweet spot, which is Steve Englehart, the third head writer of
Oh, spacey
Avengers.
stuff.
His stuff is the best.
Marrying a true
I'm
a double
almost to
wedding.
the Celestial Madonna story. It's all being
That's one
set
of
up.
my first ones because Marvel UK used to just do like loads of random reprints of random comics, and then I'd find them at jumble sales and things, and I would just one of the first ones I ever got was like a black and white reprint of the giant size Avengers with the two weddings, and I'm like, what the hell is this?
Oh my God.
I'm marrying a
I'm
tree from
people-
space. But I loved it because the imagination was like, oh my God.
Because you
like
get where
Yeah.
they're traveling and this is where they're creating all the origins for the Skrulls and the Cody, all this stuff
Yeah.
that's going to be super important.
Mm.
Engelhardt did a great job. He had to finish up Thomas's stuff. It took about 8 issues to finish up
Yeah.
Thomas's plots. And then there's this weird era where they bring back swordsman and this new character Manus, and it's one of my
Which is so
favorite lineups
strange.
for the Avengers
Yeah.
because the thing with like I've canceled all my Marvel subscriptions
I
because
don't
they're
really read
crap.
much of it
Their
anymore.
comics
'Cause
are terrible right now. They're fucking
like-
terrible.
It's like I'd hardly buy any new comics now because
Man.
A,
DC's
I'm
doing
old
great.
and
Marvel's
they're
doing
not for
crap.
me. I read more DC than Marvel. It was never that way around before.
Yeah, DC's doing real well. Because I like
catering
Ted
to a
McKay
wider
who's writing the
audience.
Avengers now, but as other people have said in a couple on the boards and stuff it's just nothing but action. There's no
Yeah, I just
there's
find it
no
boring.
soap opera,
I don't
and
care.
that's what makes a good superhero team
I
book
need
is
my
the
soap
water
opera.
cooler moments
Yeah,
between
even the
the
X-Men I've
team
got
heroes.
bored of. Yeah, I don't even read the X-Men comics anymore. I just don't care. It's like we don't need any more. That's how I feel. We don't need more. I don't need more of these things. I've got lots of them and I like them more.
Yeah.
Which I feel like a right grumpy old sod about, but you know.
No, it's fine. I mean, that's why I say, I think you really, really love that first run of Howard the Duck. It's just really good. It's really, really good.
Yeah, it's such an important comic book because it is no one was doing it, and it's basically Gerber doing what is already doing in superhero comics and horror comics. He's making political statements.
Yeah.
He's also he's pretty out there.
Yeah,
but
it's weird and it's fun and it's also grounded.
You need that now. Someone needs to do that now, don't they?
It's true.
It's the perfect time to bring it back.
Yeah, I think you'll find that in some of the independent stuff. I think Chip Zdarsky did a good version of Howard because in the 90s they tried to reboot it with somebody and it's like, I don't think you understand this. You're just too. They tried to make it dark and gritty and not.
No, everything became terribly dark and gritty.
Yeah, no, it's just stupid. Howard is not. He's just a
and
bastard.
Everyone had gritted teeth and pouches.
He's just a bastard who can't do anything right, and he wants to go home. But it's
all he wants is a cigar. Like
all he wants is a cigar. And when they have to put pants on him because the Anita Bryant thing, the orange headed.
I know all about her. Weirdly,
well, she's a villain and she's got a big orange head, like a Florida orange, and it's fucking great.
This is intriguing me now.
She thinks he's a degenerate because he's fucking a stripper, and it's like he's a duck fucking a stripper.
See, that's fine.
It's so weird.
I only know Anita Bryant. Basically, for me, Anita Bryant is a character from Tales of the City. That's the only way I know Anita Bryant. She's She was mentioned a lot in that, so that's
Yeah.
how I know her.
She was a horrible cunt.
She does sound like a horrible cunt. They
Horrible
always are,
cunt.
though. They always are. They're like the noisiest complaining people are just the worst.
Oh, and she was like, I'm a beauty. She won a beauty pageant, and then she was the spokesman for the orange juice industry.
Yes, it's such a weird story, isn't it? Her origin story, her supervillain origin story is so weird. Beauty pageants, I mean, they're full of like sex perverts, as we know.
Yes.
Orange
Oh my
juice,
God.
orange, not good.
Yeah.
Orange things are bad. We know that in America. Yeah,
It's true.
yeah. It's no wonder she turned out to be a cunt. We're saying cunt again. I'm going to say cunt on a podcast. I've never said cunt before on a podcast.
That's my.
That's literally all I've got. I've got to get my coffee. I've got to go walk baby Giggles.
I need to Brian.
I've got to go.
Right. Sorry, Melvin. We've offended
Okay.
Melvin. We haven't offended Melvin.
All right, y'all. Well, gentlemen,
well, we've ruined your podcast. I've broken another one.
No,
that's great.
All right, guys. Thanks for being on.
I'll probably see you in 2 months for another one then.
Yes,
we should.
Okay.
I'll be a little more on it. I'm having another surgery next Friday. This coming Friday.
Okay.
On my leg.
Well, that's good. It'll be a few months and so you've got time.
Nah, supposedly they're just going to put a little incision and try to fix the nerve that got fucked up when they did the other surgery because I still can't lift my foot.
Oh,
so I'm wearing a Forrest Gump brace.
We'll cross our fingers for you, Ross.
Hopefully, the head of the ortho department, he created it. So,
that's helpful.
And he was. I will say this: the entire department, when I didn't have the outcome they would have wanted, they kind of got together to go. Here are some options.
That's very
good. That's good.
Teamwork.
It's still 50-50, but I'm getting used to wearing my magic shoes. I told my wife if she says run Forrest, run once, I will take it off and hit her with it.
Nothing about boxes of chocolates. Just real chocolates, please.
Oh, please.
No metaphorical chocolates. I've never seen Forrest Gump because it looks like the thing I would just swear at constantly.
It's true.
But I don't think it ages well.
But I know that I never want to see it.
I don't think it was neat when they made it. It doesn't age well. It doesn't.
It looks very cloying. Cloying is one of my words to describe.
It is very cloying.
I don't do cloying. I don't do cloying.
Yeah. So, all right, folks. Thank you for listening. Please check out these two gentlemen on Trap One and many other podcasts, especially Melvin.
The popular
I see Melvin popping from podcast to podcast.
Yes, the popular Trap One Doctor Who podcast. Yeah, I also was
done
on
more than I have. I think
I was on nostalgia tours recently. I've done Size Library podcast.
You're everywhere.
I do. I love doing podcasts. It's fun.
It is nice, isn't it? It's good.
It is. It's a good time. It's just fun hanging out. But like I said, I got to go walk the dog now.
Is that a euphemism?
No.
I know you've got an actual dog. I've seen the dog pictures. Right. I need to go have a cup of tea because I'm from England. Right.
Yeah. I've got to go over to, we're having brunch at some friend's house around the block. So I got to meet up my wife. But folks, thanks, guys. And folks, we look forward to seeing you somewhere in space or time.
Progress. Recorded in progress.
Oh my God.
Keep this in the edit.
All right. What is this? This is episode 3 in the 4th set, right?
Yes. 4.3.
4.3. All right. Got that in there. Thanks, guys.
Yeah.